Most people think money is about numbers, how much you earn, how much you save, how much you invest. But the truth is, money is far more about psychology than mathematics. Two people can earn the same salary, live in the same city, and have completely different financial destinies. Why? Because the way they think about money defines the results they get. One saves to grow, the other spends to impress. One plans for the long game, the other lives for the weekend. Wealth doesn't begin in your wallet. It begins in your mind. From the outside, rich people often look like they're just lucky born into the right family, given the right opportunity. But when you study them closely, you realize they play a completely different psychological game. They don't chase money, they attract it through patience, discipline, and perspective. They understand that the market rewards the calm, not the emotional. They know that confidence is currency and that fear is a tax on the impatient. Think about this: every financial mistake you've ever made probably came from an emotion, not a lack of knowledge. Maybe you sold a stock too early because you were afraid it would drop. Maybe you bought something expensive because you wanted to feel worthy or accepted. Maybe you avoided investing altogether because you didn't trust yourself. That's not stupidity, that's human nature. But the wealthy have learned to manage that nature instead of being controlled by it. They train their minds the way athletes train their bodies for endurance, discipline, and clarity. The biggest illusion about money is that having more will fix your problems. But if you don't fix the habits and beliefs behind your financial behavior, more money just multiplies your mistakes. People who win the lottery often end up broke not because of bad luck, but because their mindset never changed. They got rich financially but stayed poor mentally. Meanwhile, others who earn modestly become wealthy over time because they understand the psychology of patience, consistency, and purpose. One chases quick profits, trading emotionally, buying whatever's trending. The other invests calmly, month after month, in assets that grow over time. 10 years later, the emotional trader has stories of stress and regret. The calm investor has peace and wealth. That's the psychology of money in action. It's not about intelligence, it's about behavior. The question is, how do you start thinking like the wealthy? How do you replace financial anxiety with financial mastery? How do you build a mindset that attracts opportunity instead of chasing it? In this video, we'll dive deep into how rich people think differently, not just what they do, but how they see money, risk, and time itself. By the end, you'll understand that wealth is not something you chase, it's something you grow into. If this topic speaks to you, take a second to like this video and leave a comment below saying "Mind over money." It helps the channel grow and tells me you're serious about changing your financial life. Now let's begin with the first principle of the psychology of money, the emotional side of wealth. Money doesn't disappear because of bad math, it disappears because of bad emotions. The emotional side of money is the invisible force behind every financial decision you make. It's what makes people panic during a market crash, chase quick profits, or spend impulsively to feel a momentary sense of control. The truth is, your emotions can either build your wealth or quietly destroy it. Fear is the first emotional enemy of wealth. It's the reason why many people never invest, even when they know they should. They fear losing, so they stay still. But in the world of money, standing still is the same as moving backward. Inflation eats your savings, opportunities pass you by, and time, your most valuable asset, keeps ticking away. Wealthy people feel fear too, but they've learned to act in spite of it. They manage risk, not avoid it. When markets fall, they don't panic, they plan. They see chaos as a chance to buy value at a discount, while others run for safety. Then comes greed, the mirror image of fear. Greed whispers just a little more. It's what drives people to overtrade, overleverage, or chase unrealistic returns. It's the emotion that tells you that the next crypto coin, the next stock, the next flip will make you rich overnight. But wealth built on greed never lasts. The rich understand that real wealth grows slowly, like a tree, not explosively, like a fire. They'd rather earn 10 safely for 10 years than 100 once and lose it all the next. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a financial superpower. Another emotional trap is comparison. The moment you start comparing your lifestyle to someone else's, you lose control of your own. You see your friend's new car or that influencer's luxury vacation, and suddenly your perfectly good life feels small. So you spend to catch up. That's how debt begins, not from need, but from ego. The rich don't play that game. They know that status is a liability, not an asset. They measure success by freedom, not appearance. And that's why they often look ordinary while silently building extraordinary wealth. A powerful example of emotional discipline is Warren Buffett. During the 2008 crisis, while millions were panicking and selling, Buffett was buying billions in undervalued companies. He once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." That sentence captures the psychology of calm decision-making. It's not that Buffett doesn't feel emotion, it's that he never lets it make the decision for him. He uses reason as his shield. The biggest financial error most people make isn't picking the wrong investment, it's letting emotions pick for them. The solution? Create a system that removes emotion from money. Automate your savings. Set long-term goals. Review your investments only periodically, not daily. Treat money like a business partner, not a mood swing. Every calm decision compounds over time, while every emotional one costs you. So ask yourself, how many of your financial decisions are based on fear, greed, or comparison? And what would happen if you replace those emotions with patience, logic, and purpose? In the end, wealth is emotional maturity in disguise. Those who master their feelings master their finances. And that leads us to the next key principle of the psychology of money, the mindset that separates those who get rich once from those who stay rich forever. Long-term thinking. If emotions are the storm, long-term thinking is the anchor. It's what keeps you steady when markets crash, when opportunities look uncertain, and when everyone else seems to be getting rich faster. The rich think in decades, not days. They play the long game while most people are busy playing financial checkers. This difference in time horizon is what creates the wealth gap, not luck, not privilege, but patience. Short-term thinkers see money as a sprint. They want results now, quick returns, instant success, immediate gratification. They buy when prices rise and sell when fear spreads. They chase trends instead of building strategy. But long-term thinkers understand that wealth is a marathon. They think like farmers: plant, water, wait. They know that seeds take time to become forests, and that impatience uproots opportunity before it bears fruit. Every dollar they invest is a worker sent out to bring back more workers over time. That's how money compounds, not in bursts, but in quiet persistence. Consider Warren Buffett again. Most of his fortune came after his 50s, not because his strategy changed, but because compounding finally exploded. The secret is that he's the smartest investor alive. It's that he's been consistent for over 60 years. Compounding doesn't reward brilliance, it rewards endurance. The longer you stay invested, the more time does the heavy lifting for you. But here's the catch: compounding only works if you don't interrupt it. Every time you pull out early, you kill the exponential curve before it even starts. Long-term thinking also applies to your habits, not just your investments. The rich understand that small daily actions, reading financial news, tracking expenses, saving 10, learning new skills, are invisible today, but monumental over time. Wealth is rarely built through one big move. It's built through thousands of quiet, smart decisions stacked over years. The person who consistently invests $500 a month for 20 years will outperform the one who invests $20,000 once and gives up. The math proves it, but the mindset makes it possible. A common financial mistake is chasing quick wins. People buy speculative stocks, gamble on crypto hype, or fall for get-rich-quick courses promising overnight success. The irony: every shortcut ends up costing more time. The rich know that shortcuts belong to the impatient, and impatience is expensive. They focus on fundamentals: saving, investing, reinvesting, and waiting. The formula is simple, but the discipline is rare. There's another layer to long-term thinking: the ability to endure boredom. The wealthy know that true investing is often boring. Watching your money grow slowly isn't exciting. It doesn't give you the dopamine hit that spending does. But that's exactly why it works. Boredom is where wealth compounds. The poor chase excitement, the rich chase consistency. Every flashy trade, every impulsive purchase is just another distraction from the quiet path to freedom. Ask yourself, do you think in months or in decades? Are you chasing results or building systems? When you zoom out, you start realizing that time is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally. The market rewards those who can wait. Life rewards those who can persist. And the wealthiest people on earth aren't those who make the most money. They're those who let time multiply what they've already built. And that brings us to the next principle, the ultimate reason rich people play the game differently. Because for them, money isn't the goal. It's just the tool that buys the most valuable asset of all: freedom. The ultimate purpose of money is not to buy luxury, it's to buy freedom. True wealth is not measured by how much you own, but by how much control you have over your time, your choices, and your peace of mind. The richest people in the world aren't necessarily those with the biggest houses or the flashiest cars. They're the ones who can wake up and decide exactly what they want to do that day and do it. Financial independence is the ability to live life on your own terms, and that's the goal the wealthy quietly pursue while others chase status. But here's the paradox: most people work for money, while the rich make money work for them. The middle class trades time for income, hour by hour, paycheck by paycheck. The wealthy trade assets for freedom. They understand that if your income depends on your presence, you're never truly free. That's why they focus on creating systems, businesses, investments, royalties that generate cash flow without constant effort. Money is a great servant, but a terrible master. The poor serve it. The rich direct it. The biggest mistake most people make is confusing lifestyle with freedom. They think the car brings confidence, the watch brings success, the big house brings peace. But all those things are expenses disguised as achievements. True freedom doesn't cost, it pays. Every unnecessary purchase delays independence. The wealthy know this, which is why they spend less than they earn. No matter how much they make, they understand that every dollar saved and invested is a step away from dependence and a step closer to freedom. Let's look at an example. Imagine two professionals earning $100,000 a year. One spends $90,000 living the good life. The other lives on $60,000 and invests the rest. In 10 years, the first has memories of luxury and a pile of debt. The second has assets that pay him monthly, allowing him to choose whether he wants to work or not. That's not just financial success, that's psychological freedom. Because money is not about buying things. It's about buying time, and time is the currency of life. The wealthy also redefine success. They don't seek validation, they seek independence. Their happiness isn't tied to what others think, but to the quiet knowledge that they're in control. When you have financial independence, you stop living reactively. You stop saying yes to things you hate just because you need the paycheck. You start living deliberately. That's when money becomes power, not over people, but over your own destiny. So, the question is, are you working for freedom, or are you just working for comfort? Every dollar you earn carries a choice: spend it now for short pleasure or invest it for lifelong peace. The psychology of wealth is the shift from chasing status to pursuing sovereignty. That's the mindset that truly rich people know and live by. Now that we've uncovered the emotional foundation of money, the patience behind wealth, and the true meaning of financial freedom, it's time to tie it all together. In the final part, we'll explore how to master the psychology of money and how to make your wealth not just grow, but last. Mastering the psychology of money isn't about knowing everything, it's about knowing yourself. The richest people in history didn't start out with more intelligence or luck. They simply learned how to manage their thoughts better than others managed their money. They realized that financial success begins internally with discipline, self-awareness, and purpose long before it appears in the bank account. The true millionaire mindset is emotional control disguised as strategy. Think about it. Every financial principle we've explored, emotion, time, and freedom, points back to one truth: wealth is behavioral, not technical. You can learn all the investment formulas in the world, but if you panic every time the market dips, knowledge becomes useless. You can make a six-figure income, but if you can't resist lifestyle inflation, you'll still live paycheck to paycheck. You can even inherit a fortune, but without understanding how to protect and grow it, it will vanish. Wealth doesn't escape those who lack money, it escapes those who lack mindset. Rich people know that their greatest investment is not in the stock market, it's in themselves. They invest in learning, habits, and environments that shape better decisions. They surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking, not just flatter their ego. They read, they analyze, they stay curious. When they lose, they don't collapse, they adapt. They know that setbacks are tuition for success. That's the psychology of resilience, the hidden trait that makes their wealth sustainable. One of the most powerful mental shifts you can make is to stop asking, "How can I make more money?" and start asking, "How can I make better decisions with the money I already have?" This shift puts you in control. It forces you to align your actions with your values. It builds clarity instead of chaos. Because true wealth is calm. It's not about chasing more, it's about mastering enough. It's about knowing that abundance isn't having everything, it's needing less and using it wisely. So here's the final lesson: money will always mirror your mind. If you think short-term, your wealth will be temporary. If you think emotionally, your wealth will be unstable. But if you think with purpose, patience, and discipline, your wealth will compound in value, in peace, and in freedom. Because in the end, money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies who you already are. Now, it's your turn to apply the psychology of money in your own life. Reflect on how you handle fear, how you think about time, and what freedom truly means to you. Start small, automate your savings, set clear goals, and commit to learning about money every week. Every habit compounds just like every dollar. And over time, that mindset will turn into mastery. If this video gave you a new perspective on wealth, take a moment to like it, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more insights about personal finance and wealth building. Remember, mastering money starts with mastering yourself. The next chapter of your financial life begins now.